G'day everyone, this is Jermyn, aka The Terrible Aussie, and welcome back to the special audio commentary edition of Super Podcast. Unfortunately, my regular co-host, Super Marcey, won't be able to be on the episode today due to health reasons, but we do wish her a speedy recovery and that she feels better very soon, and once she does, she'll be back on the show. However, though, I am joined by a very special guest who is filling in as my co-host today, and that, of course, is the head honcho over at killerhorrorcritic.com and a very good friend of the podcast, and that, of course, is Matt Konopka. Hello, Matt.
Hello, Bede. Thanks for having me today. I feel very sorry for Marcy. I wish she could be here today. I hope she feels better.
Indeed. And I wish she was here too, because I know for a fact that for this non-fan voted commentary edition of Super Podcast, one of the film we're going to be doing today is actually her all-time favorite horror film. So I would have loved to have heard her thoughts on it, but
oof, now it just hurts more.
Yeah. But I'm pretty sure even though she's not here, we'll still have a good time anyway, and we'll have a lot to talk about with this film. And like I said before, this is a non-fan voted commentary edition of the show, so mainly because this is a commentary that has been in the works for a little while, so we finally had a chance to kind of get around to doing it. And I'm very excited about the film we're doing today, but before we do, how are things going with you, Matt?
Well, you know, Bede, I live in the U.S., so they're going about how you'd expect. I think I speak for most people when I say I'm ready for 2021.
I think we all are, but even though, yeah, things are still a bit mad over in your end of the woods, but at least we could take some kind of silver lining knowing that now that the election is over and Trump is now officially no longer president, so... But he's definitely...
I'll tell that to the GOP.
Yeah, exactly. All those, what is it, the Million March Magna people? I don't know.
Oh, the million that became tens of thousands that became a few thousand.
Exactly. Or as I like to call them, the Small Dick Brigade, but, you know, that's me.
That sounds about right.
But hopefully, this will, regardless of all that, this big change that's happening over in your country will start. Hopefully, some things are fresh for next year, and things will at least get back to some kind of normalcy. I mean, we all have a bit of a long road to go, but at least something good has come out of this year. I will say, regardless.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. Not to get political on the show, but We'll get right to the film, and for this audio commentary edition of Super Podcast, we have decided to do a film that I would say is, without a doubt, probably one of the most beloved cult horror comedies of all time. And it's a film that every year just its fan base just gets bigger and bigger and bigger, and there's a pretty good reason for that. And of course, the film that we're talking about is... the 1985 film Re-Animator.
Yes. Which
is a film that I'm excited to do a commentary for, and I know you are as well. And and we'll actually get started right to it. So I've got my copy of the film, and for our listeners out there who have never listened to any of our audio commentaries before, what you need to do is that if you have a copy of the film, we're going to be starting the film from the very beginning. So at the very start, so 00000, and then we will count. I will count us down, and once I say go, that's when you play the movie. So at least that way we can be all in sync with each other. But I'm pretty sure if you don't have a copy of the film, the commentary itself will still be a fun and informative one regardless. But for those out there who do want to check out the film, the film is readily available everywhere on DVD and Blu-ray. And I know in Australia it is on both the Aussie versions of Shudder and Tubi. So if you want to check out the film, that's probably the best way to check out the films there. And and I'm not exactly sure where it would be elsewhere in the US, but I'm assuming it's probably on similar channels as well.
Yeah, last time I checked, it was on Shudder. It might not be there anymore, but...
Oh, well. But well, it gives good reason for
it's available somewhere though.
Exactly, and also just give good reason for the listeners to just go buy the Blu-ray because it's worth it. But we'll get started. I'll count us down, and then we play the movie when I say go. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
All right, here we go.
Now, this isn't the Masonic Institute that is mostly famous for a lot of Lovecraftian stories. And I say this as someone who has never read a Lovecraft story in my entire life, so I could be completely wrong on every level.
So you have not attended Miskatonic U, is what you're saying?
Not as of yet, but maybe I should.
Maybe, yeah, no, everyone should at least go to like an undergrad program there. So
Exactly.
Get a little taste of Lovecraft. So I mean, fun fact about this opening scene here is actually just something I find funny because Re-Animator is such a fast-paced, over-the-top film, right?
Yep.
And yet, it's my understanding that Brian Yuzman, who produced the film, this scene was actually added after initial shooting because he felt that they needed like a little more pop or to get going earlier, have some kind of horror moment in the beginning, right?
Yep.
And I think it's a great moment. I'm glad they added it. I just find it funny that, he's like, oh, we need a little something more in this to get the energy up. I'm like, this entire movie is nothing but energy.
Oh yeah, definitely. Like, I think that's probably... Now, did Stuart Gordon actually direct this section of the movie himself, or was it Yuzna who added it into the film?
That part I don't remember. I believe Gordon did direct this. I'm not sure. I just know that this was added later.
Yeah. But I think it's good that they still kept this, put this scene in, because I think it really sort of gets the audience kind of an idea what they're in for with the rest of the film. Because
totally.
It's frantic, it's gory. I mean, the dude's eyes just literally just popped, and blood was spilling everywhere. And of course, it introduces us to the awesome Jeffrey Combs as Dr. Herbert West.
Yeah, the film that really cemented him as one of our all-time favorite horror stars.
Exactly.
But no, and you also get that great opening line too of "I did not, I gave him life."
Oh wait, it's the Psycho score. Oh wait, no, it isn't. That is.
Actually, I could be wrong. I don't know that this movie was sued for this score, but it's definitely well known that this score is a little bit of a ripoff.
You think?
Yeah.
That's the thing, though. Like, even when I first watched this film for the first time, I'm like, oh, that's the Psycho score. And then I was like, oh, wait, that's an original score done for this film.
Yeah, well done, Richard Brand, owner of Full Moon.
Exactly. Or one of the owners, anyway. I always keep forgetting...
One of them, yeah.
I always keep forgetting that Re-Animator is a Full Moon picture.
Yeah. No, yeah, it's a Full Moon picture, and speaking of the bands and Charles' band, I think that it was either Re-Animator or From Beyond, but the film Dagon that Stuart Gordon did in the 2000s, that was actually a film that he originally wanted to do. Like, I think that was one of the options when they were going to do either Re-Animator or From Beyond. And I just remember it was funny because at the time, from what I understand, Charles' band was like, no, that's fish people, that's a little too weird. and
that has to say something coming from Charles' band.
Well, but it's just like really fish people is where you draw the line, but Re-Animator and From Beyond, that was fine. But no, and also, something too, I don't know if your listeners know or not, but Re-Animator, interestingly enough, was originally supposed to be a TV series.
Was it really?
Yeah, it was originally conceived as a TV series, and it wasn't until Yuzna came on board that they decided to go with the feature, because I think the story is they thought it'd be more marketable that way, or easier to sell it. But yeah, no, it was originally conceived as a television show, and they had shot a pilot, and I think there was supposed to be like 10 more episodes or something like that, and Yeah, for whatever reason, they just decided, feature. Let's go with that instead.
Oh wow, I did not know about this. I'm actually kind of curious. Like, I'm pretty sure it's. I mean, if they filmed the pilot, it probably never got released. But that could be a really cool kind of thing to, I guess for some kind of collector to find is that pilot that has never been seen. But for all I know, it probably is out there somewhere. You just have to know where to look.
Right, yeah, and like I said, I'm not exactly 100% on what was shot before. I just know that this was originally supposed to be a TV show.
Okay.
And I think they were going to try to, be adapting Lovecraft stories and whatnot, and they ended up with this, which honestly I think was for the better because we ended up getting all of those great Lovecraftian features from Gordon like this and From Beyond.
Oh, yeah, definitely. And it always surprises me that this is Stuart Gordon's directorial debut, I think.
Yeah, no, it's incredible. He had been working in theater in Chicago, I think.
Yeah, I think I remember I think the only movie... He did do a TV movie before this, but this was his first cinema release.
Right.
Which, I can't remember what the TV movie was called, but I just know this, in terms of, I think... It's probably what, Piranha 2 with James Cameron, he considers The Terminator his first real proper debut film as a director.
Yeah, so Stuart Gordon's debut film was actually the TV film Bleacher Bums.
That sounds amazing.
Yeah, which apparently is just about a bunch of Chicago Cubs fans watching a game in progress on a summer afternoon.
You could totally be like, I want this guy to make a horror movie next.
Right. So you can do baseball movies, but can you do horror?
Exactly.